So hello, and we are out again. Surprise, surprise. I'm still on my holidays down on the Norfolk coast. I'm at, where am I? Happisburgh? Happisburgh, something like that. We're here to shoot the Happisburgh Lighthouse, if that's what it's called. I saw it in the photographer's guidebook, the Norfolk Coast Guidebook. I'll put a link in the description below. It's a cracking little book, and that's what we're following this week. Now I'm going to talk about focus stacking in this because I need to get everything from the foreground to the background in focus, because this is a must on this photograph. I'm at f11, which gives me a good chance of a depth of field. I'm already set up for the photograph. You're coming straight into the action today, but I'm doing a 4 exposure focus stack and a 5 bracket exposure. Now I do a lot of HDR, and I had a comment that I read this morning from one of you guys about why do I always list things as HDR. That is because I tend to do a lot of HDR. I shoot 5 brackets purely because I want to try and keep all the dynamic range in. This camera is not as clever as my 5D Mark IV was. It will need a little bit of help on the dynamic range. Now at the moment my whites are not clipping. I've got nothing clipping in the histogram, so I probably don't need one. But if I don't take it and I make a mess, when I get back I've got nothing to play with. So I'd rather take it and not use it rather than not use it and regret it. Now I've got a lead in line. I've got a cracking lead in line. I've got some wheat that's been trodden down or stumpled down, or the farmer's left tracks in it, but it's only 1 track, and it's normally 2 if it's a farmer, because he has a tractor or a quad or something. And I'm focusing right down in the foreground. Now I'm going to stick the live view on in a moment for you, just so you can see what it is I'm photographing and how I'm doing it. So let's put the camera onto video. Down here in the foreground we've got this lovely wheat or oats or whatever it is. I'm not a farmer, so I don't know. And remember, I've got a little bit further wider on here because this is a 16:9, this image on the video. So I'm focusing down here to make sure all this lot's in focus. Then I'm focused on this lot just to guarantee that lot starts off in focus. Then I'm focusing in the middle here somewhere to make sure that is solid and sharp. And then I'm going to focus on the lighthouse just to make sure that is pin sharp as well. So I should get maximum focus all the way through once I've stacked them. Now, like I say, I've gone for the dynamic range of shooting 5 shots. 5 shots is for 1 for down here in these dark shadows right down here, 1 for the mid-tones maybe, 1 for there, 1 for the sky, and 1 for the really bright highlights which are up here on the top of the image. Now if I can bracket, I can get from this dark to that light in all 5 shots, but I might only use the middle one, which will be my main central one, and I may use the one below it and the one above it, or I may just use the middle one or the one above it, below it, sorry, just to bring that sky back down and make sure I keep all that detail in there. So that's why I do a 5 exposures. I don't always use them. So yeah, focus stacking, got this nice leading line coming through here. It's not the prettiest of leading lines, but I'm gonna have a walk around with literally just got out of the car. I've taken one with the lighthouse on the thirds, and I've also taken one with the lighthouse bang in the center, and I'm not sure which one I like the best. I can go slightly wider, bring in more of this foreground, bring us down, and you can also see there's a pillbox which I like. So I'm going to do a horizontal shot as well, but I've got all this nice wheat going down here right the way down the distance. I might even do a wide one and just push the camera a bit further forward to get into the wheat a little bit more down here. So we'll try that straight off. 4 minutes of talking, 3 images shot, off to a winner. Right, so I'm shooting another one at the moment. I've actually come into the little pathway of the track. I'm not stamping on any wheat, I'm not trampling on any wheat or ops or whatever it is. I'm going to call it wheat for this video. I'm not trampling on anything. I've just walked up the little pathway that's already been flattened. Maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't, but who knows. Now I'm focusing again all the way through, and I'm bracketing. There is absolutely no reason to bracket. All my dynamic range is sitting inside my histogram, which is fine, but I'm still bracketing nevertheless. So I've got a little patch of blue sky above the lighthouse. I've got the pillbox in. The lighthouse is quite small in the frame. It's all about the wheat and everything in the sides. So I'm going to call that quits in this little area, and I'm going to walk around and try and get a slightly different angle, maybe get the pillbox a little bit bigger, and maybe get the lighthouse on a slightly different angle, see if I can find another leading line. We've only got an hour of parking, so we have to make this quick. So we are actually on the coast. Behind you we've got some great sea defences right out in the distance. I don't know if you can see them. Yeah, I can zoom in for you. Look at all the sea defences we've got right down the end there. So right down there. So I don't even know whether I might actually spend the night here and have a look at these sea defences. It just depends if I can find somewhere to park that's safe enough to park. So here we are on the wheat fields again. I can just step inside the wheat on this one because there's a great big empty patch, and see if I can find another line or something that sort of sends me back to the lighthouse or the pillbox. I say I've only got an hour here, so I'd like to find something that two tracks leading me through would be absolutely nailing it. But I can't obviously walk all over through the wheat. I can only walk around it. There's a lot of people walking around it anyway, and you can get to the pillbox. So I think we'll make this way because it might actually be a path from the pillbox right the way through, which would be pretty cool. So let's see if we can do that. But I definitely don't want to be caught trampling on anything. That is a no-no. So yeah, looking for leading lines and focus stacking. Focus stacking I think is the aim for this video, just to make sure you get everything foreground to background in sharp focus. And as I walk along this field, there doesn't seem to be any footpath from that pillbox, but there's people going right now, so that must mean there's a path going that way. Let's just see. You never know. You've only got to find two tracks. So I'm going to run along here and then run back. Look at these two tracks here. See, now if these two tracks here, if those two tracks, see them there? If those two tracks there were leading that direction, we'd have nailed it. But they're not. And I'm not sure how far I've got to walk along here to sort of find any, but it's worth looking. So this path I'm on says about eroding cliffs and being very careful. It's not advisable. Check this out, and this is the reason why. Look at this. All this is obviously collapsed away. That is phenomenal. That's bonkers, the way all this cliff has just disappeared. That's crazy. So yeah, that's probably why they say, you know, be very careful where you're walking. So we're not staying too long here. Let's have a look back round this way. I've got leading lines leading to the church. I've walked quite a long way down. Look at these leading lines going to the church. Can't see them, there you go, sorry. Look at these leading lines going to the church. This is what you want, go in that direction. I just don't think it works. I'm gonna have a look through the camera lens and see if it will actually work, but I don't know. I don't know if it will. Let's have a look through the lens and see if it actually works. Well, it's interesting. I've got a lighthouse and I've got a leading line to the church, so I think it's worth a shot. I definitely think it's worth a shot. I can see, yeah, I've got lines to the church, which I like. The lighthouse is off on the left, which I like. The pillbox is in the middle, which I like. So I think we're going to get a shot. I set it up, and we might just get a bit of sunlight, but there's no sunlight now, which is typical. Bloody typical. Right, I'll set the shot up on the tripod. It's going to be about head height, so I've got all these lines leading through, and I'll get one off anyway, and then see if we get a bit of light on it. So I'm taking the camera off the tripod for a moment. I just want to have a look and see that by changing the angle, where have you gone? Come back, follow me. Hello, here I am. Face recognition would be nice. On my face. Cooey! Can you see me? Right, I'm taking the camera off the tripod because what I want to try and do is I want to bring the camera down lower and see if this actually works lower, and I think it does. I love the lines leading you through the image. I love the way the image changes perspective from the top to the bottom. So I'm going to bring my tripod down low now, set up another one, which means I'm going to have to focus that right on the foreground. I'll put the live view on and show you what I'm doing, but I've got to move the camera down lower first. So camera back on tripod, and I'm going to keep you on there. You're actually attached to my tripod, so you'll actually see yourself coming lower in a moment as you follow me right up my nostrils. I like to do this real time because this is real. This is what we do. Right, so let's have a look. We're going to come down really low and see what this does. Move me glasses. That's too low, far too low. So let me switch my live view on and I'm going to show you what I mean. I've come down really low and I've lost the line here. I've got this line going to the church and I've got the lighthouse on the thirds over that side, or it will be on the thirds, but I've lost this line there. So I've got to lift it up to about here. Now see the way that line come in? But I'm going to have to focus stack on this part, then on this part, and then on the distance and try and get the lot coming through. And hopefully I'll get a little bit of light if I wait around, but I like this shot. I like the lines going through to the church, I like the pillbox, and I like the lighthouse. And the lighthouse is going to be somewhere around there like that. So the line's leading you from this bottom left-hand corner. Okay, that's the shot I need to get. So I'll be back once it's done. So that's it, I'm done. How's that for a short video, eh? And I've got to make my way back because the ticket's going to run out in the car and they've got number plate recognition on them. So we've got to get back and got to move the van out of the car park. I'm going to try and find a space. If I can find a space in the little village here somewhere to park up, or just outside and walk back in, I will do. And I'll carry it on a little bit more. But yeah, for now, I'm going to say thank you for watching, and yeah, don't forget, like and subscribe, and see you later.